Hello again. Um, it's still May 6th, 2015. Well, while I'm recording this. Um, it's getting, I almost said earlier in the morning, later in the morning. I just made a video in reference to Walking in the Free World 2.5, the continuation of my walk across Canada for homeless awareness. During that video and all my long babble, I mentioned that I'm going to make a couple videos explaining why I'm making or why I do these walks, why I make the efforts that I do, as well as some hardships and stuff that I've endured. And this one, I want to explain. Forgive me, I'm incredibly tired. I don't shut up when I'm not tired. But I've got an excuse right now. I've always got an excuse for not shutting up. I I do what I do because a lot of people do what they do. A lot of people go through things that they shouldn't go through. Uh, be that harsh treatment, be that sleeping outside or in a shelter or wherever they have to sleep, live, not just sleep. I want to raise awareness I want to motivate change. Um, I want to say we're all human, man. I want to stop stigmas. I want to stop stereotypes. I said a long time ago to me, it feels like forever ago. I said when I started Homeless Happens that I was going to make the effort to, I don't know, help one person, and if I did, then all of my efforts would be worth it. Um, I've received testimony that I have helped numerous people numerous times. I've inspired numerous people. I've done this, I've done that. It's not about what I've done. It's about what the people have done as a result of the message that I was given. I'm not the message. As my friend Caleb said to me in Guelph when I met him last year during the walk, he's a wonderful man. He said, I'm not the motivator and I'm not the message. I'm paraphrasing, I'm tired. He's the messenger. And that's all I want to be. And essentially the messages that I'm delivering is a message that we already got. We already know. Except we're all human, man. Whether we're housed, whether we're homeless, whether we've got a job, whether we're unemployed, whether we're on social assistance, disability, some kind of pension, whatever it is, man. We're all human. We all deserve. We're all worthy. I use the word worthy and I say it almost like it has a bad taste in my mouth. We're all worthy of a place in society. We're all worthy of love. We're all worthy of proper treatment, fair treatment. We're all worthy of the world, man. That's all I want to say. No one, absolutely no one, I don't care who you are, is entitled to anything. Not a thing. And I'm not trying to say that anyone's entitled to anything. I just want everyone to know that we're all worthy and no one is deserving of the horrible treatment as a result of stereotypes, stigmas, or whatever it is that people decide to bestow on people. I mean, there's so much needless suffering, whether it's homelessness, poverty in general, the treatment of the impoverished, less fortunate, homeless, as a result of As a result of being less fortunate, it's really, really, really unfortunate that people decide that they want to treat people even more poorly than people already treat each other because they're in a really bad situation in life. All I'm saying is that stuff's got to stop. I just want people to understand each other, to realize there's a story behind every story. You don't have to read the damn book. Just leave the people alone if that's the way that you can love them. You don't have to read the story. Just leave the story alone. Don't try to change the story by behaving poorly to someone that's in a desperate situation. Imagine for a moment that people treat people that live in homes, people that are housed, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a cabin, a house, I don't care what it is. Imagine being treated poorly because of that, because I'm quite sure that I'm going to go with one of the big stereotypes. I'm going to go with a few of them. I'm quite sure that over the course of time, I may be being a little facetious here, that over the course of time, there has been a housed individual, be it man, woman, or child, that has engaged in criminal behavior. Alcohol abuse, drug abuse, became addicted. Been without something, so had to ask someone for help, be it monetary, material, psychiatric, physical health. Imagine being treated poorly. Anyone that has a job or anyone that has a house being treated poorly because someone somewhere along the line engaged in something that others see as undesirable. Perhaps ignorance makes it think that it's a choice that's freely made out of desire. No one, absolutely no one, said they want to grow up. And when they get older, during show and tell, after hearing the little Bobby and little Susie say they want to be a nurse and a doctor and a policeman and a fireman, little Jack didn't stand up. Little Johnny, I'm running out of names. Phyllis, Doris, Joanne. They didn't stand up and say, I want to have a really hard time in life. I want to be terrified that I'm going to have nowhere to sleep. I'm not going to know where I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to have anywhere to live. I'm going to be terrified that I'm not going to get my next meal. I am going to feel incredibly sick. I'm going to feel like I'm dying as a result of what my chemistry has become, saying that I need a drug or I need alcohol or I just need an escape from what the reality of the garbage I'm living in is. No one has set that goal. No one wanted to be hungry. Mental illness runs rampant among the homeless community. And I have a feeling that whomever you may be in there, I have a feeling that you are not the most intelligent, most insightful, Nobel Peace Prize winning degree, bachelor degree of every sort, and knowledge on every psychiatric issue. So I have a feeling that you may not understand why they behave, as it's called, the way they behave, the way they react to things, the way they don't react to things. Leave them alone is all I want to do, is just motivate that. There's no need for any suffering of any sort, but it happens. Be it as a result of ignorance, stigmatization, lack of services, or there shouldn't be a lack of services. I just want to say this stuff should all be available. And that's it. And maybe motivate somebody in the communities that I'm going to go through next, like I have in previous communities, like I was motivated to do, to try to do. I'm not as successful as I'd like to be. One day, perhaps I will. I'm getting tired. But before I'm burnt out, I'm going to make it a point that I leave a message with as many people as I can that impacts them enough, motivates them enough to take care of others. I'm sick of hearing that it's politicians' responsibility. I'm sick of hearing someone else will take care of them. It's someone else's problem. I've heard it enough times that I decided that I'm someone else. So are you. Even if it's just stopping the hatred, the abuse, neglect, ignorance, stigma, stereotype. Let all that die instead of the homeless, instead of the impoverished, less fortunate. Let the ignorance die, let the hatred die, let the abuse die, let the needs die, and let the humans live. There's so many people living in substandard housing right now that are at risk of becoming homeless. Why? I'm not going to get into semantics and opinions as to why that is. Let's just try to understand each other and try to love each other. If loving someone is treating them a little more decently than, I don't know how many money, the people on the coins and the dollar bills and the stamps and on the television, let's just treat each other equal, man. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to do. I want to accomplish something. I have already. I hear over and over that I'm not going to accomplish anything. And it's hogwash. We're all capable of it. Just like we're all capable of ending up homeless. It's another thing I want to do. When I mentioned services, contingency plan of you, or that person that just walked by that looked at the monitor to see just what the hell you're looking at. It feels like hell over here sometimes. And it shouldn't feel like hell. Walking down the street, wherever I am, seeing somebody that thinks they're in hell as a result of not having somewhere to live, not having anything to eat, being treated horribly as a result of that, being treated horribly for any reason, but as a result of starving, of not knowing where you're going to live, as a result of not even realizing you're sick, it's an illness. Love each other, man. It takes very little energy to love somebody. And almost none. It definitely doesn't take any conscious effort to love somebody. You don't learn how to love. Love grows in you. Many people find many, 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 many ways to hate differently, to show hate differently. I'm just saying that stuff's got to stop. And I'm going to do that. In June, I'm going to continue walking in the free world, as I call it, walking across Canada for homelessness. Again, it's not a fundraiser. It's for awareness, hopefully to inspire change. I heard over and over and over and over and over again that I'm so inspiring. I don't want to hear that I'm inspiring. I want to see it. I don't need to know it. I love knowing it. But I don't want to hear, wow, you're so inspiring, and then whatever inspiration it may be that's being referred to dies as a result of not being acted on. If I inspired, motivated, and it doesn't have to be me, just a message that is not my message. It's a message that we're all learned. We have all learned at one point. Treat each other fairly, decently. If I plant that seed, if I do, water it, man. That's it. It's not that tough. I'm not saying, I do not encourage panhandling. I do not encourage giving your stuff away. I encourage a hand up, not a hand out. And I want to find a better way for those that are in the cycle now. It's a vicious cycle. It's a pandemic. And I want to find a contingency plan if anybody should find themselves in that situation henceforth. That's it, man. It's elementary. It's basic. You've got it in you. If you haven't, I got a hell of a lot of it in here. And I'm going to be walking around giving it out. You can have some. It's in this video right here. Hopefully you watched it long enough that you realize you've now got it. And you can share it. Treat each other better. The only difference between you and I, there really isn't a difference. You're human, I'm human. I don't have a house. I don't have a suitable home. I don't have permanent housing, just like the other homeless. But I still bleed red. I don't know why I'm showing you my veins. I still breathe the same air, and I'm worthy to do that. Just like if heaven forbid something should happen in your state of affairs, circumstances, that land you in a position, whoever you are, of homelessness, you're worthy of a place in society. I wouldn't put you down if you asked for directions to a shelter or a service that's available because you ended up homeless and I was on the streets and you knew that I was on the streets. I wouldn't say, nah, you know what, you came from a housed situation, you're one of those people. None of us are one of those people. We are all one people. Treat each other that way. That's it.